For our little recap today, we have Fairy Tale episodes 1 through 10.
Cool.
Because if I go any past that, there's quite a few episodes, so I'm not gonna be doing all of them. It's the first little small arc of Fairy Tale, which is 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Make it easier for everybody, kind of give you an idea of what the show is. I think we've done episode 1 a while back.
Yeah. It was the fire guy.
Yeah, Natsu Dragneel. So episode 1 is called The Fairy Tale. Lucy Heartfilia, a celestial wizard who wants to join the Fairy Tale Wizards Guild, is nearly hypnotized by a flirtatious wizard named Salamander into becoming one of his admirers. She is inadvertently saved by Natsu Dragneel and his cat partner Happy. Because they mistake Salamander for Igneel, a fire dragon that they were searching for at this point. Although Lucy buys the two travelers a meal as thanks, they feel indebted and promise to properly repay her at some point. Later, Salamander invites Lucy to a yacht party in exchange for membership into the Fairy Tale Guild, intending to smuggle her and other young girls he has kidnapped.
Jesus Christ.
To like an Epstein Island.
It's like Gary Fogel.
Yeah, no. Natsu and Happy rescue Lucy again and expose Salamander as the imposter named Bora. Natsu defeats Bora with Dragon Slayer magic, revealing himself to be the real Salamander, or nicknamed Real Salamander, and unwittingly destroys the port in the process. The entire port.
Good job.
He then invites Lucy to actually join Fairy Tale, which she happily accepts as they flee from the intervening army. It's like just the end of the episode, just them booking it while the entire army chases them. Episode 2 is called Fire Dragon, Monkey, and Bull.
Fire Dragon, Monkey, and Bull.
Yeah. So Natsu and Happy bring Lucy to the Fairy Tale Guild Hall in Magnolia, which is the town the Fairy Tale Guild is in, where she officially joins the guild. Lucy overhears a young boy named Romeo Conbolt arguing with the guildmaster Makarov over the disappearance of his father, Makio. Makio, yeah. I'm trying to remember how it was pronounced in the show. Sympathizing with Romeo due to the disappearance of Igneel, his own father, Natsu sets out to find Makio himself, with Lucy and Happy accompanying him. The three encounter a monkey-like Vulcan monster, which is like a gigantic ape, basically. They call them Vulcan monsters.
God dang, dirty apes.
The monster kidnaps Lucy. Natsu follows the Vulcan to the cave, but is thrown outside into a crevice. So the monkey grabs him and just tosses him out of the cave. Lucy summons her bull celestial spirit Taurus to fight the Vulcan. But Natsu re-enters the cave and knocks out Taurus, whom he mistakes for another monster. Natsu defeats the Vulcan eventually and discovers it to be Makio, transformed basically. He's being possessed by that monster.
Oh.
After Makio is healed, Natsu, Lucy, and Happy reunite him with his son Romeo at the end of the episode. But it's just like a pure comedy episode, because Natsu's always doing stupid shit, just running in for no reason. And then the celestial spirit Taurus is obsessed with Lucy. Like it's in love with her. Where he's like, show me that body, Lucy.
Oh, God.
It's like you if you were the bull.
What? I am a decent gentleman. I would never.
Come on, show me them titties.
What them titties do?
Episode 3 is called Infiltrate the Everloo Mansion. So Natsu and Happy appear uninvited within Lucy's new apartment, where they're just there. They just show up.
Kick the door down.
While she is settling in. Lucy demonstrates her magic by summoning a celestial spirit that she names Plu, who suggests that the three wizards form a team. Natsu tricks Lucy into accepting a job to steal a book entitled Daybreak from a repulsive owner, Duke Everloo, which requires her to be hired as a maid. So he's like, hey, we can do this job, but you have to dress up as a maid to get in. So he basically forces her to do it, tricks her into doing it. They arrive at the town of Shirosumi and learn that their client, Cabby Melon, has changed the job to destroying the book and greatly increases the reward to 2 million jewels, which is their currency. When Everloo rejects Lucy and insults her appearance, the three infiltrate his mansion and steal the book. He basically says, you're not my type. Because she's supposed to be like the hot girl in the anime itself, but he likes women that are like just god awful ugly.
Hmm.
That's the exact opposite of what you would expect of a creep. He's like, oh god, you're so unattractive. And then you look at the woman that's the maids that he does like, and they all look like apes,
Oh, jeez.
like just god awful, hairy armed and ugly. So Lucy flees into the sewers and discovers the book's hidden secrets before Everlew catches her. While Natsu defeats Everlew's bodyguards, the Vanish Brothers. That's this group that is his bodyguard.
The Vanish Brothers.
With the Vanish Brothers.
Ninja Vanish.
It's just like a comedy group of idiots. Episode 4 is called Dear Cabby. So in this episode, Lucy learns that the Everlew blackmailed Daybreak's deceased author, Kimu Zalion, into writing the book for him while in solitary confinement for 3 years. Lucy summons her crow spirit, Cancer, since she's a celestial wizard. She basically, she can summon celestial beings, basically, like from another realm to aid her, basically, that she forms contracts with. The most powerful are zodiac signs, and she possesses a few of those keys. So Cancer is another. So she has Taurus.
She needs a Capricorn. That's all she needs.
She gets that eventually later on down the road. So yeah, it's a goat that dresses in a Men in Black suit
With
with sunglasses.
9-inch penis.
Probably.
Go with a Men in Black suit.
So Lucy summons her crow spirit Cancer, where he's a hairdresser. So you got the bull, which is Taurus, and he carries this axe, but he's also a perv. And then you have Cancer, has got these little scissors. He's a hairdresser.
Get them highlights in.
Kind of, yeah. Against the Everlew, prompting the Duke to summon his own Virgo, a monstrous maid spirit, to the shock of both. Because it's just a god-awful looking maid, where it's like, ugh. Natsu appears alongside Virgo after grabbing onto her from upstairs. While Natsu and Lucy defeat Everlew and Virgo, they return Daybreak to Cabby, Kimu's son, who intends to preserve his father's honor by burning the book. However, Lucy reveals that the book is secretly Kimu's memoir written for Cabby, persuading him to keep the book. To Lucy's dismay, Natsu realizes that Cabby has no money and declines the 2 million jewel reward. So he's like, no, don't. It's fine, keep it.
I get the money.
On their way home, the three defeat a band of dark wizards along with their guildmate, Grey Foolbuster. One of the wizards utters lullaby before a magic shadow engulfs him. That's how the episode ends.
Is that like a placebo or like one of those like tablets to kill themselves? Lullaby. Burst into flames.
No, it's another arc that happens later on. Episode 5 is called The Wizard in Armor. So we start off, Erza Scarlet, Fairy Tale's strongest female wizard and disciplinarian, returns to the guild after an extended absence. To the guild's shock, Erza recruits Natsu and Grey to help her stop the dark guild Eisenwald from acquiring Lullaby, a demon flute that kills all who listen to the music. So that's what Lullaby is.
It's a Jigglypuff with lethal effect.
Yeah, pretty much. The guild's administrator, Mira Jane Strauss, implores Lucy to help keep Natsu and Grey from fighting and angering Erza. Arriving at the town of Onibus, Natsu is accidentally left on the train and assaulted by Kageyama, a shadow wizard from Eisenwald. Unable to fight back due to his motion sickness, because he gets sick every time he gets on anything that moves, like just starts vomiting everywhere.
Damn.
Natsu catches a glimpse of Lullaby before his friends rescue him. Kageyama delivers Lullaby to Eisenwald's leader, Erigor, who plans to use the flute for an assassination plot. Episode 6 is called Fairies in the Wind. The fairy tale wizards chase Eisenwald to a train station in Oshibana, believing that Erigor intends to broadcast Lullaby's song through the station speakers to kill innocent civilians. While Natsu and Grey follow Erigor, Erza single-handedly defeats most of the remaining wizards with her magic weaponry and armor. So just on her own, she fucks everybody else up. After Erza evacuates the city, Erigor traps her and other wizards inside an impenetrable wind barrier before flying away. Meanwhile, Grey learns that Eisenwald wizard Rayul, God, if I can't even speak. Grey learns that the Eisenwald wizard Rayul, that Erigor's true targets are Makarov and the other legal guild masters at a conference in the nearby town of Clover. So basically, Fairy Tail's guild leader and the guild leader of all the other normal guilds are on one town having a conference. And their plan is to use the flute to kill all of them.
Damn.
it's darker than you would expect.
Create quite the chaos around the nation, I'm assuming.
Pretty much, because if all the guild leaders
Yeah.
are dead, all the guilds kind of fall apart a little bit. Episode 7 is called Flame and Wind. Natsu defeats Kageyama, who Erza determines has the ability to dispel the wind barrier trapping them inside Oshibana Station. Before she can threaten Kageyama into cooperating, he is seriously injured by his guildmate Karaka in an attempt to silence him. As the group thinks of another way out, Happy remembers that Virgo had given him her key to relay to Lucy. So since Virgo is one of the celestial wizards, she's like, "Here, give Lucy my key." So that way she can form a contract with Lucy. Who summons Virgo and uses the spirit's power to burrow out of and beneath the barrier. Because that's Virgo's special ability, is she can dig.
Dig.
Like
a dwarf.
kind of, yeah. It's like she spins around like a fucking drill. Down. the most out of what you would think is gonna happen.
Wonder Woman spinning in your costume type of spin.
You know? The Fairy Tail wizards take pity on Kageyama and bring him along as well. Natsu and Happy catch up with Aragorn as he flies towards Clover and battle him. Aragorn surrounds himself with a barrier of wind to negate Natsu's attacks. Episode 8 is called The Strongest Team. Angered by his
The Avengers.
I know. Angered by his inability to breach Aragorn's wind armor, Natsu intensifies his flames and dissipates Aragorn's spell with the heat, defeating him. So basically, if anybody knows One Piece, obviously, we've covered One Piece multiple times, but Luffy is kind of like lucky on certain things that happen to him. Natsu's almost the same way.
Oh.
Like, things happen, and it's like, he does things without knowing they're going to happen. So, like, he gets really pissed, which causes him to create higher intensity flames, which scientifically forces the wind to create a draft, and it goes up with the flames and away from this other wind magician.
I was one of those, like, just a subconsciously adept fighter.
Yes. When Natsu's friends catch up with him, Kageyama takes Lullaby from Aragorn and escapes to Clover on their magical-fueled car to carry out Eisenwald's plot. As he prepares to kill the guild masters outside the conference hall, he is found by Makarov, who persuades him to surrender. However, the flute is revealed to contain a gigantic demon created by the ancient dark wizard Zareth, who emerges from the flute and attempts to kill the guild masters regardless on its own. So it turns into literally a gigantic monster, the flute itself. Natsu, Gray, and Erza vanquish the demon and rescue the guild masters, but accidentally demolish the conference hall in the process.
So they fall in a vat of shit.
They just create rubble.
Okay.
Episode 9 is called Natsu Discovers a Village, or Devours a Village.
I'm like, he just found it. I was like, oh, this village. Episode ends.
I know. When returning home from Clover, the starving Fairy Tail wizards stumble upon a deserted village with freshly prepared meals lying about. Erza suspects something amiss and sends the others to find mushrooms in the nearby forest, resulting in giant mushrooms sprouting from Natsu, Gray, and Happy's heads after the three eat them.
Weird.
Meanwhile, Erza and Makarov discover a magic circle that transforms everything in the village into giant monsters, which the wizards attempt to eat, only to find them inedible.
Eat?
Yes.
Eat a circle? What turns them into monsters?
It turns the village into giant monsters, which the wizards attempt to eat, only to find out them inedible. It's like food, like monsters. They're gonna literally eat monsters.
Okay.
Like they're fucking out of their minds, but yes.
The mushroom, you're messing with the brain, huh?
Yes. As they are nearly devoured, Makarov lifts the spell and frees the villagers trapped inside of the monsters. Episode 10 is called Natsu vs. Erza. After returning to Magnolia, Natsu duels Erza as a test of strength. However, as an emissary from the Magical Council interrupts the duel and arrests Erza for damages caused during Fairy Tail's conflict with Eisenwald. She gets arrested for their damage, basically. Seagrain, a council member, warns that Erza should keep her shared past a secret. Makeo disguises himself as Natsu as a favor for saving his life, allowing Natsu to storm the council headquarters and rescue Erza. However, he discovers that Erza is merely standing a mock trial for the council to assert their authority, and the two are forced to spend the night in a cell. So it's all for show for the most part. It wasn't like they were actually going to do anything to her. They were just keeping her there as like a show to the country that they're doing something. We're like, yeah, they destroyed a council building.
Let's say we arrested him.
Right, it's all for show. Natsu tries to resume their match at the guild the next day, but she quickly defeats him with a single punch. Still determined to prove himself, Natsu takes an S-class job request with Happy against Makurao's permission. Lucy joins them after discovering that the reward includes a Zodiac key that she wants to collect.
Yeah.
So she goes with him.
An S-rank mission over there.
Yeah.
Those are legit.
It really is for this world. Like, you actually have to be able to... You have to be pretty high ranked.
Yeah.
But that's how that episode ends, so... That's all 10 of the first episode to Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tail is done with.
Yep. It's kind of like a One Piece Naruto kind of combination. Like, it's got a lot of shonen style combat and stuff like that. It's not, but the only knock I'll give it is there's a lot of plot devices where it's like plot armor. Like mostly later on, where it's like the power of friendship.
Oh, one of those. Oh boy.
Not to too far of a degree. It's not like it's not like Captain Universe level. There's some that comes up in that show.
Captain Planet. The power of love.
Yeah, no.